Film fans YouTube, hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Josh, the Movie Apprentice, and today is the Oscars. So, of course, I'm going to be doing my predictions of not only who I think's going to win, but who, in my heart, I would like to win. For any crossovers, I will be saying the one that I wouldn't be mad about winning in cases of duplicates. But without further ado, let's get into this. And if you like the video, click the like button and subscribe for more video reviews, rankings, and lists like this coming all the time. But without further ado, 19 was to get through, excluding the documentary and the short films. So let's get into this. Starting off with production design, I reckon that Poor Things is the hottest one going into this in terms of a production design standpoint. But for me personally, I would love it if Barbie won this. They literally created a life-size Barbie world. So for me, that is what my heart's saying. My heart is saying Barbie. Makeup and hairstyling, I'm going to say, based on form, Poor Things will probably get this one, which is actually a big surprise going into this. I thought Maestro might have had it locked in because the Oscars have always liked to give the award to the one that basically is a prosthetic of changing an actor to look like a real person. That has always been the form. But I think the makeup on Willem Dafoe, especially in this film, is what's been getting them the plaudits. And out of the 5 pictures, I would say that this is also would be what my heart is saying, is that Poor Things definitely deserves the Oscar for it. But when I'm speaking of a film that I wouldn't be too mad if they won it, I'm gonna have to say definitely Maestro. Actually, even though I'm not a huge fan of the film, I can't deny that the effects of making Bradley Cooper look like Leonard Bernstein is top notch. And compared to the other films nominated for this, in terms of like achievements in makeup, Poor Things and Maestro are the front runners. So I had to pick one to win that's not Poor Things. It will be Maestro, actually. In terms of costume design, it seems that Poor Things is going to be walking away with that one as well, based on form going into this season. And for my heart, personally, I'm almost split between this one, because whilst Napoleon does have some very good costumes, especially when depicting the stuff that people wore during the Napoleonic Wars, especially the Marie Antoinette outfit, I think this one has to go to Barbie. That's what my heart's saying, because the different designs for each Barbie and giving each Barbie their own unique identity, as well as the Kens, I thought was really well done. So I reckon Barbie would have earned the technical aspect when it comes to the costume design. Adapted screenplay, American Fiction, is the one that's been getting all the plaudits going into Oscar season. So I feel like that was almost a lock for who is going to win that award. However, me personally, I'd probably have to give it to Oppenheimer, actually, because just the script had to be really strong to carry this 3-hour film that is a lot of people sitting around talking. It has a lot of names being said, there's a lot of information that it has to process. And I feel like the way it was adapted just really helped carry the story forward. It was a triple threat of cinematography, acting, and the screenplay that I think really carried Oppenheimer. And as for original screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall is the one getting all the plaudits, and I would have to agree that argument scene alone is really good, and the ambiguity of the truth behind the husband's death in it, I thought was really well done. But my heart is also saying that I would absolutely love it if Past Lives won this intimate story about Indian love had, love lost, and the what if scenarios. The script and the performance is what really makes that movie. And I would love to see a bit of credit given to the writing of Past Lives. Visual effects, now who I predict will win. I feel like this is going to be the Oscars giving their love to Godzilla Minus One, which is an incredible movie that, for me, deserves all the love in the world. And it didn't get enough love at the Oscars. Like, it genuinely has felt that a few films that should have got way more love haven't been getting that. So I feel like Godzilla Minus One will get their obligatory technical award to appease the fans of that movie. But my heart also says that after 3 amazing films, I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 deserves to at least have an award recognizing it. The fact that we once had the award-winning Suicide Squad, which is, to most people at least, a terrible film. I would love to see a bit of love for just the technical achievements of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The effects in it are amazing. Rocket and its friends They're all visual effects mocap performances. I would love to see that truly acknowledged when it comes to this Oscars season. Best sound, I feel like this is another technical award that is going to go to Oppenheimer. That seems to be where the trajectory is pointing, and I think it would deserve that award. But my heart would love a little bit of love for the creator. I think this is the only award that the creator is actually nominated for. So I'd love to see that walk away with this particular award. Just give a bit of recognition to a very good sci-fi movie that just really lacked in the main character side of things. Film editing, it feels like all signposts are pointing towards Oppenheimer. It would be well deserved of that particular award. However, I would really love it if Because of the Flower Moon walked away with this one. I feel like the way it has to navigate a passage of time and keep the film engaging over that enormous runtime is a great achievement when it comes to the editing, because editing is a big part of the pacing, and I feel like Because of the Flower Moon would well deserve an Oscar for it. Best score now, and Oppenheimer is going to walk away with this one. Ludwig Göransson's absolute masterstroke of a score has been stealing all applause, and that's what my heart is saying as well. So, in terms of what would be a movie that wouldn't be mad if it somehow won it, that would be Because of the Flower Moon. I feel like that's got a fantastic score in it. In other years, it might have been a bit closer, but Ludwig's score in Oppenheimer is just head and shoulders above the rest this year. As for best song, I'm going to say it seems like What I Was Made For is the one that will probably walk away with this. It's another bit of love to Barbie, and Billie Eilish will probably get that award to appease a lot of basically non-film fans. I feel like that's where it's going to go projection wise. In terms of what my heart wants to win, I mean, it's I'm Just Ken, isn't it? That song is just so good. That is just peak cinema. And I know there will be a lot of backlash online if it does win, because obviously it's the male song in a film all about feminism. But I do not care. I'm Just Ken is an absolute banger, and I cannot wait to see Ryan Gosling perform this at the Oscars. Now I've got through all the ones that people seem to forget are awards. Time to get into some of the more bigger ones, and we're going to start off with international feature. And I feel like there was a very poor reception when it came to international feature this year, because looking at a list, it's clear that Zone of Interest is going to be one that walks away with it. Just everything points to that movie winning. However, for me personally, I would love a win for Society of Snow. Saw that when it came out on Netflix, and honestly, it is a fantastic little film that is very harrowing, and it's such a shame that it wasn't put out on the big screens, because genuinely, I feel like it could have been a very haunting experience if seen in that cinema experience. Now, animated feature film, I have a bone to pick with the awards this year when it comes to animated feature film, because 2023 was arguably the best year we have ever had for animation, and yet we have managed to not really acknowledge even the best five in this particular category. They're doing better than the BAFTAs did. Seriously, BAFTA, why nominate only three animated films? It was an absolute banger of a year for animated films. So going into this, I thought Across Spider-Verse would have been an absolute lock, but Boy and the Heron has won both the Golden Globe and the BAFTA. I think they're just trying to give a nice little send-off to Hayao Miyazaki, because it's supposed to be his last film. It's not going to be. That guy's going to die in the studio doing his life's work. That is just how it's going to go, but I don't think the Oscars knows that, so I actually think that Boy and the Heron is going to win it just based on the projection, which is a shame, because I was looking forward to talking about my head versus heart, because my heart says Across the Spider-Verse, and that's the one that should win it, and that's the one I would have thought going into the season that would have won it. So I'm going to double cheat here, because there's two films that I would like to nominate as my heart. Obviously, Cross Spider-Verse is what I want to win, but I would not be mad if Nimona somehow walked away with it. It is completely up on YouTube for free right now. Go watch it. It is such a good movie, so I would not be mad if Nimona somehow walked away with it as well. Cinematography, aka my favorite part of any movie, the painting that is given to us visually that sets the stage for our cinema experience. The vibes and projections and prediction that I'm going to give is Oppenheimer will be the one that walks away with the award, though I would absolutely adore it if Killers of the Flower Moon walked away with it as well. That is my heart pick. Cinematography is just beautiful to me, and there is never ever a year where I feel like a cinematography winner hasn't been just gorgeous to look at. And now here we go, the big six, the six that film Twitter seems to think are the only awards in this ceremony. That's one thing to gripe about when Barbie didn't get nominated for Best Director and Best Actress. Quite frankly, it got a lot of award nominations, and both Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig were nominated for respective roles, not the main roles that they had on screen and behind the camera. There are more roles than just these big six. So saying that Barbie got nothing and completely snubbed is doing a disservice to the amazing work of everyone that does the stuff behind the scenes on any particular movie. That's one thing that really griped me about Star Wars is how angry people got about this. There are a lot of awards. So put more respect on all the technical awards as well, because that's what makes up 90% of your movie. Even more than that, that makes up 98% of your movie. Obviously, directing and acting are big parts of it, but without the rest of the crew, there would be no movie. So can we start appreciating the technical awards, please? Off my soapbox now. Big six, starting off with Best Supporting Actress. Looking at the list, The Vine, Joy Randolph is probably the one that wins this. They won the Golden Globe for this and have been getting a lot of the plaudits. They won the Screen Actors Guild as well. And the SAG Awards are very good at projecting who's going to win the overall award when it comes to acting. Though my heart would absolutely love an Emily Blunt win. While she's not in Oppenheimer that much, whenever she is required to be center stage, she eats big time. That whole scene in the interrogation room where she just shuts down that individual with that "I don't like your phrase" scene, top notch. She wins the Oscar there and then for me. Actor in a supporting role is an award this year that I feel like should really be closer because all five performances in this are absolutely outstanding. The big frontrunner and the likely winner, based on the awards going into this, is Robert Downey Jr. as Strauss in Oppenheimer. He does a great job and he would be well deserving of the win. He literally has to carry half the film and is absolutely brilliant. But picking what my heart says as well is difficult because Sterling K. Brown is really good in American Fiction. Mark Ruffalo is the funniest part of Poor Things and really has to help carry the absurdity of that movie. But for me, Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon, for me, gave a career best performance. So my heart is really wanting him to somehow pull an upset and win. And that is surprising to me that Robert De Niro winning would be an upset, but I feel like it would be at this point. Now, as for actress, there is the big talk of Lily Gladstone versus Emma Stone. Feel like based on the awards going into this, while Lily Gladstone did win the SAG award, I feel like Emma Stone's trajectory has been too strong this award season. And when I think of it objectively, I do feel like Emma Stone does give the better performance out of the two, whilst both are absolutely fantastic. I feel like Emma Stone does have this one. But yeah, my heart would absolutely adore a Lily Gladstone win. So best of both when it comes to my predictions on that one. As for actor in the leading role, that's going to Cillian Murphy. That is hands down a lock. He has been sweeping the awards this year, and he's a great performance as J. Roy Oppenheimer. I don't see anything wrong with him winning it, and that's what my heart says as well. But in terms of who I wouldn't be mad about winning when it comes to lead actor, Paul Giamatti is really good in the holdovers. Everyone's been praising his performance in the holdovers, and when I finally saw it, it's one of those where I was worried it wouldn't really take with me, but it did. Paul Giamatti is great in it, so I'd love if he somehow pulled an upset when it came to the best actor. Now, directing, Christopher Nolan is finally getting that Oscar. I feel like all projections are there saying that Nolan is going to be getting his Oscar finally. That's who I'm locking in as my prediction. As for what my heart, what my wouldn't be mad winner would be, I'm going to have to say Yorgos Lanthimos because I really didn't enjoy The Favourite, which was his previous film. But Poor Things is a movie that I absolutely adored. And if everyone has to win, that's not Nolan for the amazing Oppenheimer, it would be Poor Things for me. And finally, Best Picture, 10 to choose from. I feel like it is completely obvious that Oppenheimer will probably walk away with this award as well. It has been quite some time since we've had a big blockbuster film walk away from the Oscars. I know there's going to be a big uproar online that this would win over Barbie, for example, especially as Barbie made more money. But in terms of staying power, I feel like Oppenheimer is a film that did leave a lot of impact and it's probably going to walk away with the big one. But as for my what my heart says, there's a lot to choose from. I'm gonna have to say Past Lives. I feel like Past Lives is a movie that has been slept on during the war season. It peaked quite early and has seemed to fade out over time. And I would just love a little bit of Past Lives love because the film is good and I feel like it appeals to a wide range of audiences. And I would love to see that somehow pull the upset of maybe the entire Oscars history by walking away with the award over some great films like Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, The Holdovers, and Barbie. I would absolutely adore that. But that is it. That is my full head versus heart predictions when it comes to the 2024 Academy Awards. Let me know your predictions down in the comments below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more video reviews like it's coming all the time. But until next time, I'm Josh, the Movie Apprentice, and I'll see you all in the next video.